ready for a wild ride? It's Park Talk Radio. D&B taking shots with hot takes as their ammo. We're talking theme parks, news updates, rides and more. Hold on tight, cause we're about to soar. Talking park, we won't hold back, we're letting it all out. Talking park, get your ears ready, cause we're gonna shout. We'll dive into the ride, some anecdotes, and all the fun. No filter here, just two guys trying to be number one.
Jump on into another episode of Park Talk Radio. That's right, here you are, strapped in, ready to launch. Hit that green ready to go button, give the thumbs up to your fellow team member, and let's get on with the show. Welcome to episode 16 of PTR. This is Bill, ready to talk some park, talk some news, some updates. Got a great story about old goofy Mr. Geen in the back half of the show. And I'm joined by my wonderful co-host and good buddy, Dave. Hey there, Dave. How are you?
Let Chuck say fuck. Let Chuck say fuck.
He loved it. He wanted to say it. He was bouncing.
That
little
puppet
Chuck
was
boy.
dancing for us.
Dance for the fuck. A Chucky story. How you doing, buddy? Have a good week?
No.
Mm.
No.
No.
Oh.
All right,
But
let's wrap it up.
I will say the week just got a little better with as we speak. I didn't know if you wanted to say this. Breaking news as we speak, as we record this.
Why?
Bum, bum, bum. Slaughter Cinema 2 has been announced for Halloween Horror Nights 2024. And yes, we go by, well, we don't go by dates anymore, do we? We go by...
Well, based on the merchandise, which there is new merch, and we'll get to that as well. But based on the merchandise and the marketing so far, instead of Halloween Horror Nights 33, we're talking about the Orlando event in Universal Studios. It looks like we're going with the year naming convention opposed to the actual event numeral.
You want to know why they do that?
I know why.
It's so they can sell the same merch on both coasts and in Japan.
Is that why there's Japanese letters on the new merchandise?
Synergy.
Yes, business acumen. That's why they come here to talk
And
park
business is booming.
Gotta do what's best for business, boy. Slaughter Cinema 2 is a sequel house. Probably not a direct sequel. It's more of a mashup of original content B movies. And the original came out in what year, Dave? Do you recall?
I'm sorry. You said the original was just Slaughter Cinema.
Yes.
It was just Slaughter Cinema.
Yes, very good. What year did it come out?
2018.
Thank you.
It was for sure 2018.
Halloween Horror Nights 28. It was in one of the sprung tents backstage. And they had great ones like Sorority House Massacre. Right?
Amazonian cannibal women.
Yeah.
From Planet. Cult. That was a very short snippet of the house. They had Cult of the Beast Baby.
Oh, that one was great. It had a spinning baby in the kitchen.
They had Devil Dogs, or I think it was Devil Dogs. It was the werewolf bikers.
Devil Dog.
They had Shitty's Kids, which was a play on Chuck E. Cheese, zombie kids at Chuck E. Cheese. They had the Swamp Yeti. And I think that almost touches on everything there.
I just pulled it here.
All right, so I'm going to walk through the house and try and go scene by scene here. This is one of my favorite houses. So you walk in through into the movie theater, and on your left as you walk in, there is a old Chinese-looking man that pops out of a drop window.
Yes.
I don't know if Chinese-looking man's the most politically correct thing to say.
I think Asian affiliated, Asian adjacent.
Asian affiliated.
Yeah.
Next thing you do, you come up on the right, there's a notebook on the table with writing on it. And then on the left, there's a giant tentacle arm holding up upside down sorority, fraternity members for the sorority sister slaughter or
Do you want me to correct you as you go along or tell you at the end?
Correct me as we go.
Okay, so that the Asian adjacent guy that pops up immediately, that's the foul fist of Dr. Faustus.
Oh.
And
okay.
Yeah. Yep. Poster opens up and he's in there. He swipes at him with his long pointy fingers, and then the guests enter the room for sorority sacrifice.
Sorority sacrifice. Let's see. After that would be this is where it's gonna get a little hairy. Because I know let's see, I'd say next was Devil Dogs.
Yep, got that. That's the exact
next was Devil Dogs.
That was the werewolf biker bar.
Yep. Next was I've got two things, but I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say it was the short snippet of Amazonian cannibal women.
No. Nope.
No. Okay, then it was Shitty's Kids.
Nope.
Oh man.
Pumpkin Guts.
Pumpkin Guts. That's right.
Mr. Carver's
I totally forgot about that one.
Shop.
Yep.
It's kind of like the prelude to the Pumpkin King.
Yeah, forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Next is either Amazonian cannibal women or Shitty's Kids. Shitty's Kids. Then Amazonian cannibal women.
Nope.
After Shitty's Kids.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Cult of the
Beast Baby?
Yeah, Cult of the Beast Baby.
Then Amazonian cannibal.
Yes, there you go.
Then
you got You got three more.
Three more.
Yep.
Oh man. There was one that was kind of done in
four
UV.
more.
Oh,
no,
man.
three more. My mistake.
Okay, there was one that was done in like a kind of fluorescent paint. I can't remember what that was. The only one I got left is Swamp Yeti.
That's the last one.
Yeah, I know that. That's the last one.
So you got two between. One of them's one. Never mind.
I got one. I got it. It's I can't remember the name, but they were. It was the Critters. It was the Critters. The Critters.
It was a tough name. Midnight Snack 2, the house.
Midnight Snack 2.
That's right before Swamp Yeti.
Yep.
Then the last one.
And they had the giant crate that popped out.
Yeah, the big puppet.
The last one I think was the one that was fluorescent paint. I don't know, guys. I've been going to horror nights for so many years that everything runs together.
Oh yeah.
So I overestimated my ability.
Shit.
Yeah, I overestimated my ability.
That's all good. Last one.
What was the last one?
Barber Chop.
Oh yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
And then
I wasn't a huge fan of that scene.
Barber Shop.
I do remember that now.
Excellent house.
It was a great house.
Now, with the announcement and reveal today, breaking news on the show as we recorded, we have Slaughter Cinema 2, as you saw during Dave's abysmal run through of the previous house from 6 years ago.
Oh, jeez. Fuck you.
There was about 10 or so different B movies they used, and reading the description for Slaughter Cinema 2, if you're dying for a B movie horror marathon, head to the Cary Drive-In. Screen through scenes from creature features, grindhouse gore, spaghetti westerns, and more. So it's set in the same drive. No, it's set. Wait, was the first one in a drive-in?
Yes, first one was in Cary Drive-In, I believe.
Okay. Second one's same thing. So the same exact location, probably be a bit more dilapidated and broken down even more so. But this harkens back still to your all-night die-ins, your Universal Palace Theater, ripped from the silver screens. It's a big mashup, though. It's not so much utilizing IP, it's all original stuff, which really resonates with the Horror Nights crowd, especially with Dave and I. We really, really enjoy seeing not only a completely original house, we will see 10 or so original creations within this house.
The great thing about the original houses in the tents is while that area is so compact and they generally use the same house layout for each tent, every year they reuse the same layout.
Feels completely different.
It feels completely different, and they can make such a small space look so big. Plus, those houses are so much darker. No ambient light, you know. I love going through those houses
Only
during the
near
daytime.
the
People say
entrance and exit do you get that light lead in.
people say wait till nighttime to go through the houses so you can see better.
Oh,
I get my best scares when I'm going through with the light still out because I can't see anything.
Can't see shit. The house is moving too quick and I can't transition that fast.
I remember we were walking through Descendants of Destruction 2 years ago, and you and ZJ had to grab me because I walked the complete wrong way down a boo hole corridor because I was the first person of the night in the house.
It man, what an exciting time. I'm absolutely thrilled to talk more about Horror Nights later in the show, a little bit on the merchandise, and then more as the houses become more and more revealed.
And as more and more comes revealed, especially for the full reveal, we're going to have to do a standalone Horror Nights episode.
Oh, I got the music and theme songs ready to go.
And I actually wouldn't mind doing a couple of those. So for our listeners that are here for the parks and not for Horror Nights, sorry, we're getting to that time of year where it's going to be a lot of Horror Nights.
Sorry, it's middle of May. It's Halloween.
Sorry. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, we don't need to. No. Keep listening. Keep sharing the show. And keep liking and giving away our socials at Park Talk Radio on all social media. parktalkradio@gmail.com for emails, questions, and feedback. And then also our phone number, 407-490-2220. We just had our first voicemail last episode 15, and our lucky listener did win a little prize pack, which was posted today. He received it and was thankful for it. It was a bunch of park maps from Busch Gardens and SeaWorld circa 1996, 1997, all in mint condition. Very neat, very cool to see a little flashback into the past from nearly 30 years ago.
I saw the post today, and first of all, Nate, go fuck yourself. Second of all, those are awesome. I was the kid that anytime we traveled anywhere, I was the park map collector. I still remember to this day, you know, we used to come down as annual pass holders and we would do a day at Disney and a day at Universal. And I remember in the 90s, you know, going in there, and every time we'd go, we'd stay at a third party hotel, you know, just a little
someplace to sleep at night.
Just a place to sleep at night. And I would collect the park maps and, you know, look at the posters that the hotel would have up. I will say, one of my favorite experiences was we tried to do that on Daytona 500 weekend, without a hotel reservation. We slept in our SUV at a rest stop.
What are you?
We never went to Orlando without a reservation.
Sleeping in the cast member parking between ships.
Man, it was bad. We drove for hours. We went an hour outside of Orlando looking for hotels. Couldn't find one. This is back before mobile phones where you could look up places that had vacancies. So we drove from hotel to hotel looking for vacancies.
Oh,
and finally,
God,
we slept in the car and did the parks the next morning. But I was the avid park map collector, and I will tell you right now, my wife hates me because I always load up on park maps every time we stop at a rest stop. We actually
from the tourist little pop-up stand.
Yep.
Inside.
We actually,
my God.
Yeah. We actually have, I travel, good distances to play travel slow pitch softball. And I was actually on on the Hispanic All-Star team down in South Florida this last year. So I
That's
travel
nice.
all over. I am 1/4 Hispanic, and that was good enough to be on the Hispanic All-Star team for the Panhandle.
You writing Hispanic on a quarter and putting it in your pocket doesn't make you 1/4 Hispanic.
My grandfather was Hispanic, but he was adopted into a white family, so I have
Senor
no
Dave the first.
I have no cultural Spanish tendencies. But I will say we do have. I travel a lot toward Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and on the way there and on the way back, there is a rest stop that is right on the Florida state line, coming into Florida from west to east, and they are decorated to the max with Disney and Universal.
Is that the one where you get the orange juice samples?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
They have a whole teacup there. They have all sorts of backdrops you can take photos in front of. And every time we drive through there, my wife gets mad at me because I grab park maps. And every time we drive down to Orlando, when we get on the turnpike, if we ever have to stop at one of the turnpike places, my wife gets mad because I collect the park maps and they just sit in my car because the old ones were way better anyway. The old ones were better anyway. So,
well, they were, but that was really more character. They had far more character and a bit
absolutely
very vibrant. Now you're relegated to the app for the colors, and Universal completely stopped producing paper maps, at least on the East Coast. You can't get them. Yeah. If you'd like to see what I sent Nathan for his voicemail, head to the Park Talk Radio Facebook group, join the group, like the page, and I will keep that offer open. Any additional voicemails, one per customer, please. Otherwise, Nathan will have something to say and get all my stuff out of the nice Park Talk treasure closet that I have here in the house. If you send us a voicemail and it gets played in the show, which it will, I will send you something in the mail if you share with me your address. And it'll be something cool. It won't be junk. It will be something really neat. Guaranteed. Now,
I've got something I could send that I really don't want to part with, but
why would you do that?
I have to. But we'll have to do something really special for somebody to receive that. So keep listening, and we'll think of something.
They'll have to come kiss your ring at a horn.
I mean, what the thing that this would entail being sent would probably be worth it to avid park collectors. So
reenact the blowjob bench witnessed by Cole Cardona.
Oh, geez, man, we got so much Horror Nights.
I know. I need so many stories here to tell that. He needs to tell that story.
We definitely need to have a Horror Night standalone episode.
No, I know. Don't worry, we will. We will. Recapping a couple things from last episode, we talked about the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. The dates have been announced. They announced the low and high end of the tickets. Now they've continued to release the exact pricing per date now available, meaning you can go to the exact day and see how much it costs. The range, of course, remains between $119, which is a $10 increase from the 2023 low-end dates, which was $109, and the highest ticket remains $199. The event begins on August 9th, Friday, with a opening night ticket price in August 9th, Dave. $149.
What?
August 9th. Now, not that I'll ever turn down a Halloween Horror Night starting that early.
No.
August 9th. It'll be sun, surface, fuck you, sweaty hot still.
So here's my thing. With heat, being a Floridian that works outdoors, I work through the heat all summer. So, and I've gone to Orlando a couple of times the last few summers. And, to be honest with you, the heat wasn't much different than September. I don't know if I'm just accustomed to it. I know a lot of people that live in the northern states. I know, but I mean, I remember many nights in September sweating my balls off waiting in stay and screen. And when I was there, when I did our couple of trips during the summer, because we took the kids pretty often during the summer the last couple of years. I remember September waiting and staying screen being hotter than June, but maybe it was just you're stuck in one spot in the baking sun. So I think that has something to do
You're not moving.
So.
In the past few years, we've really locked down sitting at Duff, and we get seats early, so we're not sitting outside in the sun.
And
we get underneath the overhang.
Even if we don't, we've got the hookup of bartenders who tell us, "Hey, pull up a chair, sit at the end of the bar where no one's supposed to sit." So
get up here.
Out. Get up here.
Looking at these dates overall, again, these run select dates between starting Friday, August 9th through October 31st. Of course, October 31st and the days leading up to Halloween are going to be $199. As mentioned, the lowest ticket price is $119, and there's only 5 dates of the multiple ones that had the 119. That's going to be Tuesday, August 13th, Friday, August 16th, Tuesday, August 20th, Friday, August 23rd, and Tuesday, August 27th. 5 dates. You can only time to get that low ticket price. Jumps up to 130, and then it does not go lower, and then it slowly increases until we hit Halloween. Unbelievable. Note here to mention, dear listeners, if you're interested in attending Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party over at Magic Kingdom here in Florida, last year, all Halloween parties sold out by September 30th. Being said, book it now, buy it while you can. While also... Go ahead.
I will say, if we do have any listeners that are listening out, and you do have questions about these events and you've never been to them, or you have questions about Horror Nights or Mickey's Not So Scary, or the specialty events, or even just booking a vacation in general, we can't book a vacation for you, but leave us a voicemail, send us a text. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have about attending
on a one-on-one call with you.
I mean, yeah,
we love it.
We'd be happy. We love talking about the parks. If you need questions about booking, I'm assuming most of the people that listen now are avid park visitors anyway, but anyone that has any questions, we're call us, leave us a voicemail, send us a text. If you don't want it to be on the show, say, I don't want this to be on the show, but I got a question for you. We'll happy to
try really talk to you about planning your trip. Happy to do so.
Because I know Bill has attended a lot of these specialty events. I've attended a couple, not all of them, but I pretty well versed in what goes on. So if you have any questions, feel free to let us know.
Yeah, let us spread the love and the education and information. Make it easier for you. Final note of that Mickey's Not So Scary Party. I have nothing additional Oogie Boogie at this time. I don't think they've announced when those tickets go on sale. Typically that results in a virtual queue where you have to wait online to get in. Last year was miserable. I barely got tickets myself. I'm so glad I did. And that occurs in Disney's California Adventure, of course, on the West Coast. Final note on Not So Scary. Disney annual pass holders can get $10 off their Not So Scary Halloween Party ticket for all available dates. I don't believe there's any limit to the discounted tickets. As long as there is capacity for the night remaining, you can go and attend the event with that. Again, highly recommend buy your tickets now while they're still available, as we continue to see increased attendance at not only the parks, but across these private nighttime events.
Oh, God.
Those capacities will go quicker and quicker. What's that, Dave? What happened?
I know we have so much to talk about, but I've got a live reaction wall of shame I need to share right now.
Nope, hold. You gotta hold.
No, I've got a different one for later, but
okay, you better go before you have a fucking aneurysm. You're gonna die.
I'm about to. This is one of my huge pet peeves. Somebody just posted on the Halloween Horror Nights Orlando page, underwhelming start, poor merch, poor original IP house. They need to pull some big guns. First of all, dumbass, there's no such thing as an original IP. No such thing. It's either original or it's an IP. It's not an original IP. I hate that term, original IP. And second of all, that a way to scream to the heavens that you've only been attending the event for 2 years at the most, because Slaughter Cinema was a very widely renowned, popular house. And you're going to say poor original IP house? Go fuck yourself. You got an announcement. It's not an original IP. It's an original. So your boy commented back, there's no such thing as an original IP, ...
Oh, God.
Sorry.
Now you're going to get it. Dave, I've given up commenting back because it never ends. You're not going to change their mind. They're not going to relent. They're not going to apologize for being wrong. There's no point. I just hit him with the laugh emoji reaction and keep going. And that gets some more spurn up than anything else I could say. That, or there's this excellent Mr. Rogers gif where he's putting on a clown mask, and I'll post that one for him. But yeah, absolutely well said. Fuck that guy. How are you going to be pissed? They've released 3 total t-shirts, a hat, and a mug. And we have 1 house of the 10. Nothing else has been announced. The vast majority of things have yet to be seen. Nope, still gonna piss and moan. And normally, I'm right there with him, complaining and convention. Slaughter Cinema 2, I'll take that as a huge W.
If I recall correctly, Slaughter Cinema won House of the Year.
Ooh, I could not tell you for that one.
I'm 99% sure it did, but
I don't know if that'd be captured in the wiki or where. House of the Year. I don't know where that's even considered. Stranger Things. Wrong.
Oh. Well,
that was the first year they had Stranger Things.
It was. You're right.
Easy dub. I disagree. And then Scare Zone of the Year was the Revenge of the Chucky Scare Zone, where he talked mad shit about your ass.
He did, didn't he? That was great. That was great.
All right. Park visits. Any park visits for you this past week, David?
No, and I learned that I will not be visiting Fright Fest at Six Flags. And
schedule drop.
The schedule dropped, and the Steelers play Atlanta the first game of the season. So,
oh God.
So yeah, not happening.
Damn.
But hopefully some plans in the works soon.
Cool, man.
I'll leave it at that.
I visited Seaworld this past weekend, hanging out with my good buddy Zach and his family. And while we didn't do any rides, as he has a several-month-old child, we did walk around. I got to do the Seven Seas Food Festival, tried some good food and drink, and I will continue to say, despite the price increasing, it's now $80. And then after tax and everything, it's nearly $90 for 15. Again, 15 samples. And this includes food, alcohol at SeaWorld. It's still the best value for your buck there as far as the food festivals are concerned across the parks. Now, Universal during 2021, they had the food lanyard for their Mardi Gras food booths. And then they switched to a gift card deal. SeaWorld continues on with their lanyards as does Busch Gardens, where you pay a set amount, you get so many punches, and you can use them for whatever. I got shots, I got drinks, I got food. The food portions remain the same size. There's no sample size. Now, the drinks are not full pours. They're not 12 or 16 ounces. They're 7. Nonetheless, you're still getting an exceptional value on these drinks and food. And I got the big boy 15 one, plus used my buddy's wife's annual pass, which got me 3 more for free. So 18 punches. I'll tell you, 18 of those things, you don't need that many. I also took advantage of the free beer being given out at SeaWorld once again. 7-ounce pour of Buddy Light. I got 2 of those for free, a bunch of drinks. And the food, I'll continue to say, bigger portion, and it's also dang good. We had a great time. Got to see the sea lions, and they're always a joy. Walked through all the aquariums.
If I'm not mistaken, the sea lions are on our TikTok.
They are. They're the opening TikTok. I got to feed them a fish. I threw it right into its sea lion gullet, and it swallowed that. No problem. Yeah.
I'm still mad at SeaWorld.
For what?
Yeah. Journey to Atlantis was one of the greatest rides they had.
Yeah, the bastardization.
And then they just gutted it. They just gutted it.
The ride track's still the same.
Yeah, but they gutted all the thematic
story elements. And the thematics and kinetic pieces and animatronics. Now it's some weird, terrible voice acting and a seahorse that doesn't do anything. What are you here for, seahorse?
And a scary mermaid that just sits in the dark.
Ugh. I think there's some YouTuber that does little exposés and journalistic investigation
defunct
on
land type
that
stuff.
might be it. Yeah, on rides of the yesteryear that are either no longer existing or have been severely destroyed, nerfed. Go check them out. They're cool.
Yeah.
This upcoming weekend, however, Dave, I have another park visit planned, which is kind of what I do as being a pass holder and having easy access to majority of the parks within 20 to 40 minutes of me. Producer Brennan and I are actually getting a very cool opportunity this Sunday. And the show comes on Monday, so yesterday. We are going to be partaking in one of the previews for DreamWorks Land over at Universal Studios Orlando.
Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
Yeah, there was actually some pictures of the Shrek part of the new DreamWorks area and the Shrek food menu, and he has a Shreksel with green colored cheese dip. There is a swamp dog, which is it looks like a calzone with a hot dog baked into the middle of it. And then Donkey's Waffles, where they have a pepperoni and then ham and cheese options. And then they also have draft beer, which they did not have that before in Kids Zone, at least in this particular spot. And I guess for Shrek being Scottish or European, they have Warsteiner on draft.
Well, actually, Shrek was not originally Scottish.
Well, it wasn't until Mike Myers took over, right?
Correct. They did pretty much the whole movie with Chris Farley as Shrek, and actually recorded almost the whole movie, if not the whole movie. And it was just regular Chris Farley voice, and then Mike Myers took over. So,
right. So yesterday they had media preview during the day, and then Universal Creative last night, Thursday night. Friday, I don't believe there's anything tomorrow, Saturday. Recording today on the 17th, Friday. Saturday, the 18th, they'll be doing a team member preview. And then Sunday, the 19th, will be team members and friends and family, which Brennan and I will be getting a little luxury inclusion. We'll be posting plenty of videos, plenty of stuff. You'll see that before the episode drops. We are very excited. I can't wait to get me a Shreksel. Oh man,
I'm not a pretzel guy, but I'll eat that green bastard.
The green fuck. Sit on Shrek's log and try to gobble him down.
This is my swamp now.
There's plenty of Easter eggs from the previous Kids Zone that housed Five O's Playland, Curious George, and Barney. We'll be on the lookout for them. I will tease, as we're going to try to get a video of this, that there are these animatronic frogs in the Shrek swamp area of the new DreamWorks Land, where there are pressure activated.
The Swamp Symphony.
The Swamp Frog Symphony. Pressure activated foot pedals similar to the dinosaur footprints in Camp Jurassic, where you push them and then they'll sing. If you hit them in the right order, they'll do the old school 2000s, 90s Budweiser frogs where it goes Bud, Y, Zer. That's real. Are you silenced because you think I'm lying?
I think that's definitely a lie. That's
okay.
It's a lie.
All right.
No, I will say I didn't realize it at the time, but this new land makes me realize how dirty the old land felt. And I'm not a cleanly person by any means.
Dirty land.
But I don't know. You look at Fievel's Playland and stuff, and now you look at it and you're like, damn, this shit was dirty. that was dirty. Like, it just looks so much cleaner and fresher now than it did when
I would
it was
hope so. No one's been in
Fievel.
there for several months and they redid the whole thing. Or I don't know if they didn't redo the coaster, they just did a refurb overlay. And the Curious George, they've removed stuff and gave it a new paint job.
I just remember Steven's gross little ass playing in the ball pit at Fievel. So it's
Gross little ass in the ball pit. Oh my God. Well, while we're on the topic, let's wrap up what I have for the Kids Zone refurb DreamWorks Land area. There was a new sign that went up. It's more or less finalized at this point for the ET Adventure. They put the new marquee placard. It looks similar to the one by the show building. Has the forest outcrop ET Adventure lettering, and then the moon with Elliot ET transcending across the sky. The wait time fixture has not been put on yet. Expect that to be completed before DreamWorks Land opens up on June 14th.
So let me ask. I know. Oh shit! I know this is just the ET sign, but let me ask you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. This is just tickling the button right here. You can just answer yes or no because I know we got a lot to talk about.
The dirty ball pit walls.
Tickling the dirty balls. Tickling Steven's dirty balls.
Ass
God,
pit.
he has some. He's got some hairy nipples.
Yeah, right next to his balls is hairy nipple ball.
So there's a lot of speculation and a lot of government officials, former government officials, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, this may sound like it, but that are coming out and saying by 2027, we're going to have contact. The ETs are coming. It's in the pre-written documents with the government, the timeline, 2027, they'll be here. At that point, do they remove ET because it's politically incorrect? I just went off the deep end.
Okay, a lot of caveats. If an extraterrestrial and our human species make contact in 27 or by 27,
it's not an if, it's happening. They will.
No, not
be,
if. I'm saying in 2027.
Probably going to be 2027, but at least not after 2027. We will have extraterrestrials here, or interdimensional beings, whatever you want to call them. But they will be here. Do you think they remove ET because it's politically incorrect at that point?
Not to propagate a false rumor myth. Is Steven Spielberg still alive at this time?
Yep.
Okay.
Fuck the aliens' emotional stability. We're gonna make fun of them and keep ET open.
Well, okay. When we make contact,
we have contact. Don't
when the contact is made and there is a full public acceptance. If the alien space creature looks like Steven Spielberg's Amblin E.T., I think it gets closed to not be culturally insensitive. If they look completely different, I think it stays open.
Okay, all right, I agree with that. Follow up question for the ET sign. If ET learned English from Elliot, then how come when you go to the Green Planet, all the aliens speak English?
Well, that's the passport.
Mind blown.
The passport.
No. Spielberg never said that in the Q show, in the pre-show. So
it's implied. It's heavily implied.
I don't think so.
Maybe
but okay.
No. The baby ETs don't speak. Botanicus is hundreds of years older than ET, and the other creatures are not ETs. They're not Bidolians. They may know English inherently or have learned it. Botanicus learned it from being as old as shit. ET and the baby ETs don't speak English.
ET does. He says your fucking name.
Well,
not
last time when he said nothing.
I'll tell you right now. Magdoll knows English because she's been on
Magdoll
red light district for a little while.
Oh, no, she had tough.
You see that little flower bouncing around her pelvis area?
Yeah, I see her droopy.
She's been around the block.
I'll just see the droop right eye. No. The Magdoll, Borgdon, and Botanicus know it because of reasons. E.T. and baby E.T.s don't know shit, and then the other plants and creatures that have eyes don't verbalize a thing during the adventure.
Okay, well,
the passport lets them talk.
We're way off topic, and no, fucking not only does Borgdoll know how to
Borgdon.
Hold on.
Borgdon and Magdoll. Botanicus.
Not only
E.T.
Spielberg. Not only does he know how to speak English, but he sings it in an operatic tune. Welcome home. You've arrived.
That might be his native dialect and what is it? His localized inflective speech. His accent. Borgdon has a localized accent, and he can only talk that way.
My favorite one, I think it's Tickly, but it always sounds like it always sounds like E.T. saying dickweed.
Dickweed. I don't know if I've heard dickweed.
Ouch.
I always hear tickly. Ouch.
You'll never hear it.
Borgdon.
Just listen. Next time, it sounds like dickweed.
Well, maybe I'll get on tomorrow. As it has reopened with the new sign, but with not the new wait time marquee. Maybe it'll be available on Sunday again, though it's expected to be finalized and completed before the DreamWorks.
And unfortunately, it has the same smell with a new smell. So
no, it has the same smell. It had the new smell and went back to the old smell.
Oh, okay.
It's only smells. Final piece around Kid Zone, and then we'll drop it to the actual main part of the fucking show. They redid and repainted the exterior Kid Zone, now DreamWorks Land bathrooms. So the color scheme is now consistent across all the land. It's now a boring gray instead of the red and yellow.
I think I've used those bathrooms one time in my existence at Universal.
What are you talking about?
With you.
We consistently pee in them.
Oh, no. There are two sets of bathrooms in Kid Zone then.
The ones next to SpongeBob StorePants.
There are two sets. There is also one right outside the Barney entrance.
Well, yeah, not that one. The main one.
Okay, that's the one I was talking about. Now, the Kid Zone bathroom. Actually, I don't think I want to share this story publicly. So,
Kid Zone seems to be like a ground zero for a lot of the incidents. You have the bathroom stories. You have the pizza fries on the floor story. That's over by the pizza station.
I was going to talk about the gummy bear story, maybe for another episode.
The gummy bears, and then there's also the napkins being stolen in Kid Zone.
The guy who did the gummy bear incident, he passed away, so it can't get anybody.
Oh, so it's fine.
Away, so it's fine.
Don't.
He would love
just yeah.
He would love for us to tell the story, so we'll save it for another episode, though.
Short of the long, Kid Zone, pop in. All right, Brennan. Sorry about the huge delay. It's 43 minutes. We're just now getting to the news.
Yeah, we're gonna have to rush through the news here.
Yeah, sorry, friends. Hopefully that was. Sorry. I know that was entertaining. I'm not gonna hope. I know it was.
That was a good opening.
Yeah, let's just talk about it for the next 20 minutes and call it a show. Just back ourselves off. We did such a good job today, Dave.
Yeah, I totally forgot I needed a pee-pee ticket, but
no. Do you need to go?
No, I'm good.
No,
let's keep it going.
Producer Brendan, thank you so much for editing and always helping out the show, posting stuff on our socials and making stuff look good. If it's a good social media post, she did it. If it's something not good, Dave and I did. She did want to mention, however, here that she has some Wide World of Sports from the Disney area that she's going to post some pictures and some content, as she did volunteer today over at the Special Olympics. And that's a great thing that she did. And it's a great opportunity. In the past, they would give you a one-day park hopper ticket for your volunteering. Now, yeah, fucking right. Old Iger's not going to give you shit. Be on the lookout for that good content coming in. All right, Dave.
That's very, very sweet of you.
You brought this up here. We got some news coming out of Cedar Point.
Yes. So Top Thrill 2 is experiencing some issues, and currently they are closed. So Top Thrill 2 just opened this year. They just had their media last month. I'm not too sure of the logistics of why they closed. Maybe Bill can expand on that.
Oh, yeah.
But I've seen many horror videos of the coaster still barely making the top hat. I will say the on-ride videos that I saw, the first launch, I expected it to be more of a rollback. It really only gets you halfway up the top hat, and then you go up the spike and relaunch. I haven't rode Top Thrill 2, but I'm still an OG Top Thrill guy. I'd rather ride OG Top Thrill than the current version.
So how would you know? You haven't been on it.
Because I know.
Oh, okay.
All right,
big dog.
I'm not looking at it through rose-colored glasses.
I don't know how you can say you don't like it or you like the previous version when you haven't ridden the new.
Because I know.
Not right. Yes, as of May 12th, Cedar Point's press release on this, or the official announcement, Top Thrill 2 is currently experiencing an extended closure as Zamperol, the ride's manufacturer, completes a mechanical modification to the ride's vehicles. Once the modification is complete, Zamperol, the Cedar Point maintenance and operation teams, and our third-party inspection partner will conduct a thorough review before approving both the modification and the reopening of the ride. Though we cannot yet confirm a reopening date, we will provide updates at the website, cedarpoint.com. We know our guests are excited to experience this incredible roller coaster, and we share your disappointment they were not able to operate it this weekend. This was last weekend here. We will do everything possible to reopen Top Thrill 2 as soon as we are confident we can deliver the ride experience that our guests deserve. There's an issue with the ride vehicle. They came out and said it. Something about the ride vehicle. Anything beyond this official statement by Cedar Point is speculation, conjecture, rumor, and there's not much more that we can go off from there. There's an issue with the ride vehicle. The ride manufacturer is aware of it, and they're doing a multi-team, multi-party inspection. Cedar Point maintenance, Cedar Point operations, third-party ride inspector, and Zamperla, the manufacturer, will be making the call on this. It's really unfortunate, as the reviews have been really good.
So
it's been great, and this is the flagship ride of the 2024 season.
It's a Zamperla ride.
Mm-hmm. Same with the original.
Today there were two. I think it was today. If not, it was yesterday. There were two Zamperla employees with Zamperla t-shirts on over at Top Thrill 2. So.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they're constantly trying to get this thing up and running. This, again, the big flagship tentpole ride of the season.
It's a flagship attraction. They just heavily promoted it. Theme parks are notable for suing manufacturers over faulty stuff. So I'm sure Zamperla and Cedar Point are both very, very keen on getting this thing back open as quick as possible.
Well, yeah, quick as possible and safely as possible, of course.
Yes.
I mean, they shut it down for a reason. The ride vehicle wasn't performing correctly, which could be a safety impact. There's a bit more on this over at Screamscape from Lance, that when they made this announcement on the 12th, he made notation that the annual Coaster Mania event, which I'm not familiar with Coaster Mania, is set to take place on June 7th at Cedar Point. And both Cedar Point and Zamperla are going to do anything to ensure that the Top Thrill 2 is reopened in time for the big showcase. Continuing on 2 days later on May 14th, from whatever source he has, again, this is all rumor, conjecture, take it up as you will. I'm simply reading it so you understand where we're at. Screamscape Lance hates to be the bearer of bad news. Concerning the information he has been sent, He can confirm that the issues are train related, and it is a good thing that they did not go undetected for any longer than they did. The problem that exists is not with one of the trains, but with all 3 trains that will be utilizing the track on Top Thrill 2. For the less positive news, based on the issues at hand and the expected timeline presented by his source, Top Thrill 2 may not reopen until sometime in July. And
Wow.
if they can't figure it out, this won't reopen until next season.
Well, if I remember correctly, Top Thrill 1 shut down at the end of last year, and that's a
Due
quick turnaround.
to ride vehicle falling apart.
Yeah, that's a quick turnaround though. So,
Oh yeah, full rebuild and refurbing the load unload station and making this more efficient while basically making a new coaster. They still have to test the new parts on the coaster have to be redesigned, that to be tested and created, then shipped to the park to be tested on site. Not a quick thing to do. Oh man, oh man. Rough. It's really unfortunate.
it kind of makes me happy that we've got so much on our plate this year that we weren't able to plan a June trip up there. So kind of eases the pain of not being able to make it
a little bit, slightly. I still want to go back. I don't go to Cedar Point all too often anymore, let alone off to begin with. I went 2 years in a row once, and that was it. That Steel Vengeance still has my number. That coaster is great. And just like I said last week, with Hollywood Fast and Furious being delayed to 2026 at Universal Hollywood, I'm still sour I'm not going to the West Coast. It makes it a little easier.
They were building Steel Vengeance when I went to Cedar Point in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't get to ride it. But I've been on one hybrid coaster, the Cyclone at Six Flags Over Georgia, and it's a very small version. It took over the original Cyclone. And that small version was one of the best coasters I've ever been on. So I can't
these
wait
hybrids
to get to Cedar Point.
Bangers.
They're so comfortable. They're so smooth.
And they could do wild stuff in a very tight area.
Absolutely.
And then so you saw that wooden coaster feel, which is an absolute delight and joy to see rushing past you, all the 2x4 beams, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Steel Vengeance in Cedar Point. You have Iron Gwazi in Busch Gardens, Tampa. Still haven't rode that. You have the Cyclone you talked about, Six Flags. And over at Hershey Park, they have the Wildcat Reimagined, which, again, was a wooden coaster, now hybrid. And that was... I rode Wildcat 2 years ago, right before it closed down for the season and permanently, and then it reopened last season for the reimagined hybrid version, which I'm itching to get back to. Hershey Park fucking rules, man.
And see, I've been up there in the Pennsylvania area, but I still haven't done Hershey, so we definitely have.
Can you what through and through? Quick here, little tidbit on the Lochness monster refurbishment in Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Lochness monster has returned to Busch Gardens, and there's some new POV videos of the enhanced queue and ride experiences that are posted online. I'll be able to share those, give some love to other content creators. And I haven't watched them yet. I meant to before we started recording today. I just didn't get the chance. The Lochness monster static figure that's in the lagoon now is fucking cool looking, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh, yes.
It is wicked.
It's nice to see that attraction given some love.
Right. I think when we first talked about it, we looked over when the Lochness Monster Coaster opened originally, like in the 70s. Something like that.
It was early. It was early on.
Yeah, something like that getting love still to this day, 2023, 2024. Fantastic. If you're not going to get rid of it, you got to do something.
Well, it is a lot easier for those northern parks to just give those old coasters love because they don't have the salty Florida air that we deal with here in Florida. So the climate's a little bit different.
Right. Speaking of climate, a couple days ago, there was a terrible storm that passed through North Carolina and the surrounding states, where there were some small tornadoes spotted and a weather warning, which resulted in those regional theme parks being closed down, including Dollywood, a little earlier in the day for the safety of the guests and, of course, their team members. And they closed down at 4 p.m. instead of the regularly scheduled 8 p.m. And they reopened the following morning at 10 a.m. However, for whatever reason, the sky is falling. Chicken Little's here. Many posts and social media engagement pieces were saying Dollywood is closing permanently because of this one tweet. Some little fucking clickbait shit put out there. It's closing because they were closing early one day. And it's not, unfortunately, not restricted to our big global theme parks where some real shitty clickbait sites post stuff that rides are closed forever, that they're destroying something because it's minor construction. Nope, it's gone forever. Dollywood is not closing, friends, but regardless of what you may have seen, just want to give you a peace of mind.
Dolly Parton ain't going nowhere.
Never. She's in Madame Tussauds. I saw her there, full of wax. Full of wax?
She's full of wax at Madame Tussauds, and she's full of plastic in real life.
Not your best. Not your best.
I'm sorry. It's been a while since I drank the devil's liquid, so I'm having a rough time here, bud.
Oh my god, you're already drunk.
No, I'm not drunk.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right, a little bit of Disney news over on the East Coast. They've announced the cast member preview for Disney Dreams That Soar. This is going to be
screwed up.
Huh?
You screwed up.
What do you mean I screwed up?
I said I sound like Goofy. I was supposed to segue into the next thing.
Oh, no, that's at the end.
And you went to a different story. Okay, all right, whatever.
We're gonna no.
All right, sorry to interrupt.
Dreams of Soar, the new drone show, going to be debuting at Disney Springs on May 24th. It's a light-up drone show in the evening with musical accompaniment. The cast member preview is in the morning of May 22nd. These poor cast members are seeing the drone show when the sun's up. Oh my god.
That's why would you do an employee preview for a drone show during the day? I'm sorry, it just blows my mind.
I don't understand.
Well, okay, so it's at Disney Springs?
Yes. They've installed a bunch of new speakers around the lagoon area where you can watch this.
Okay, so I guess, yeah, you can't have an employee preview for a drone show at night without having everybody watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. If you're going to do it for them, I'm going to go and watch it.
Yeah, so I guess there is no such thing as an employee preview at Disney Springs. You're not going to close down Disney Springs for just the employees like you can do with Universal that closes at 5 p.m. You know?
So, you also,
okay,
despite closing Disney Springs, you're still going to see the fucking drones. And especially the resort guests that are staying on that lagoon and can take the boat or even walk to Disney Springs. So we're going to see this.
Yeah, I don't get why you have an employee preview for a drone show.
And I can't remember, though, for the sake of the laugh, I'm going to say the sun rises right where they do the drone show. So all these cast members looking straight into the sun trying to see the fucking drones that light up during the day. And you can't see dick. Oh,
bring your eclipse glasses.
I hope you save those $10 suckers. Jesus. Oh, good Lord. Coming out on May 15th, Bob Iger made a statement that nearly all future investments into Disney parks will be based on intellectual property IPs. don't expect anything original or to have no IPs in the future. And this is related to the $60 billion investment over the next decade. You're going to see more Frozen, more Toy Story Land, more areas like Fantasy Springs, more Star Wars, more Avengers. No original IPs like your Orangeburg, Figment, anything of that sort. So I hope you like the movies that are coming out, because you're going to fucking get them and you're going to fucking enjoy them. Signed, Mr. Bobby I. I mean, Dave, can you even think of the last time we had an original IP thing at Disney?
Don't ever say original IP again before I reach this fucking mic and slap you with my dick.
Oh, I thought I was saying it too quick for you.
I just bitched about original IP. No, actually, I cannot remember the last time we had an original concept come to a Disney park or Universal Park. It's obvious at this point, you're not going to make money off original properties.
Unless you're Halloween Horror Nights. And even then, it's diminishing as the big pops in attendances from the IP.
As we speak, there are people bitching that the first house announced was an original house. You know, it's just
IP.
It's not the way of the future. You know, Star Wars. You know, Avatar. The big one for Horror Nights was Walking Dead. Once you start bringing in those original, those intellectual properties, people come for just that and then leave. You know.
Oh, we know people personally who walked in, did the Stranger Things house after waiting 2 hours, and then walked right out.
So I remember pre-2012 going to Horror Nights, and there being nights where it was like, easy peasy, go through the houses 5 times a piece. Right. 2012, when they had Walking Dead, it was like, oh, where the fuck did all these people come from? So, yeah, I mean, it's a business decision. I get it, but you don't have to announce that. We already know. We already know there's no more original concepts coming to the parks.
Oh,
we already know that.
Saying it's for the shareholders. It's not for us.
I get, keeping them invested. They don't want original stuff. I get it.
End of the quote. And starting really with Cars Land and Toy Story, and there are a few others, I can't remember all the specifics, we decided that almost all of our investment in the parks in terms of attractions and lands would be using that IP. And it's very, very clear what that delivers. Record profits. Short or long. There you go. Disneyland Paris, old Euro Disney, as they continue their transformation from the Walt Disney Studios to Disney Worlds, Disney Paris Worlds. I don't remember they're changing what their second park name to. They've announced at Disneyland Paris they will have the final performance of Disney Dreams! Which is their current nighttime spectacular fireworks and water effect projection show. Will be on May 30th, 2024. And Disney Illuminations will return the very next night on May 31st. I have not watched a single video of this. I just had good friends visit Disneyland Paris, so I'll be sure to ask them about it if they did catch the nighttime spectacular.
Wait. You had friends just visit Disneyland Paris?
Yeah, they're on their honeymoon.
I had some friends just visit Disneyland Paris from the States.
Last week?
Yes.
Oh, what?
But they weren't on their honeymoon, so that's crazy.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's not the same people.
I don't think so.
Do you know in The Simpsons cue, Doc Brown?
Oh.
I guess I'll have to check out this video of the full show when this is posted, I believe, on the official Disney YouTube, Disneyland Paris, or the Disneyland Paris YouTube, that is. Disney Dreams looks like a pretty neat show, at least from the static imagery I'm looking at on the article. Disney Dreams originally debuted in 2012 for the 20th anniversary of Disneyland Park at Disneyland Paris. It ran until 2017 when Disney Illuminations replaced it. Not to be confused with Disney Illuminations in Epcot, that is now defunct.
I used to love Illuminations Reflections of Fear. It was one of my favorite shows. What?
What?
Huh? Was reflection? I was making a joke. It didn't.
I
it
gotcha.
didn't.
Oh, not good. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, blah. In 2017, Disney Illuminations replaced it. The new show, Illuminations, created for the park's 25th anniversary and ran until April 2023, when Disney Dreams returned for the park's 30th anniversary grand finale, and now will be retired on May 30th, with Disney Illuminations returning. If you have any desire to see this in person, you better book that lickety-split. Now, some of the bigger news that hit the Disney World landscape last week. They made the grand announcement that Tiana's Bayou Adventure, the complete refurb and redoing of Splash Mountain, will officially open on June 28th, 2024, here at the Magic Kingdom, Walt Disney World, and soon later this year for Disneyland to reopen. They're still committed to the later in 2024 to open over on the West Coast. And with this announcement became a complete frenzy of when are their previews? How do we get in? Will there be individual lightning lane? Will there be virtual queue? Will there be Genie Plus? And the answer to all that, friends, is yes. Oh my goodness gracious. I will tell you, with the grand opening set for June 28th, which is a Friday, I do have a park reservation to go be there on opening day. Many times in the past, I have been there myself for grand openings and opening days for several attractions and lands. I was there on opening day for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hogsmeade, before it was even called that, back on June 10th, 2010, I believe. I was there. I got in line around 2 a.m.
Yeah, I remember watching the news footage from home of the opening of Wizarding World.
And if you're familiar with the park layout, that line started once it was up and running and during park operation hours. I was about number 6 or so in line of the general public. Definitely the first 10.
Let me ask you, did they open the parking garage? When did they open the parking garage that day?
Normal time.
Normal time.
Oh, no. It was like, it was like 5 or 6 a.m. So not too much earlier than normal time. We were, it was myself and 3 friends. We were stationed outside the TGI Fridays on Kirkman, and a news van pulled up because we were blasting Harry Potter music outside at 3 a.m. and interviewed us. And then we got in line and were staged in the parking garage queue until they opened it up at like 4 or 5 a.m. And then we rushed through City Walk, waited in line at the turnstiles, rushed through Islands of Adventure to go wait in line, and they made you go the long way. You went to the left, cut through Marvel, Toon, and Jurassic Park, and we were stationed on the we cut through Jurassic Park and then went around Harry Potter and got to Lost Continent and made us wait in there. That's where it ended up. Now, of course, all the media and VIPs got in front of me, so there's a huge swath. Nonetheless, number 6 or so in line. I was there opening day for Hagrid's Magical Motorbike Adventure. Our good friend Joe Cool, him and I waited 10 hours to ride that ride because it kept breaking down. Didn't get on. I was there opening day for Rise of the Resistance. I got into the virtual queue, which they said, hey, you're guaranteed to ride if you get this. Didn't get on. Kept breaking down. I was able to go the next day. Same with Hagrid's and Rise of the Resistance. I was able to go the next day with a fast pass that was exclusive to those who did not get in.
I was not there opening day for Wizarding World, but I was there not too long after opening day. I would say probably a couple weeks after for the Wizarding World.
Yep.
And I waited, I think it was 3 hours and something for Forbidden Journey.
Ooh.
It was a long wait, and I waited through the entirety of the queue.
Worth it. Back then for that kind of ride, and that kind of layout.
I'd say no, because Forbidden Journey, the first time I rode it, made me extremely nauseous. The more you ride those attractions, though, that make you nauseous, the less they make you feel nauseous, if that makes sense. The more your body gets accustomed to them. So the first time I rode it, it was cool, but it definitely made me feel like shit.
Oof. I love that ride. I was there.
I do now as well.
I was there opening day for Pandora with Cole Carbona. We waited 3, maybe 4 hours for Flight of Passage. Didn't like that. That was not worth it to me. I was not there opening day for Diagon Alley and some of the smaller rides. I hadn't done it. I've also had the privilege of doing a lot of the previews as a pass holder and getting comped in as a team member guest to a lot of attractions over at Universal. Though the thrill and excitement of being there on opening day with a lot of mostly like-minded people at the same excitement who aren't there to buy stuff and resell it, it's nothing else like it. Now, June 28th is going to be hot as shit, and they are utilizing a virtual queue for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, just like the ones that are currently standing for Guardians of the Galaxy and Tron. They'll be opening virtual queues at 7 a.m. and 1 p.m., and the standby queue will not be available during the attraction's initial opening days. Disney does expect to open a standby queue soon after the attraction's opening. As we know of Splash Mountain, the queue, actual switchbacks, I doubt that has changed. Lightning Lane will also be included as part of the Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It's not individual Lightning Lane, simple Lightning Lane that you get with your Genie Plus base purchase.
Splash Mountain was always a very popular attraction. I remember riding it a lot of times during the winter. We'd go at night during the winter because it was slow. During the summer, we didn't have a lot of chances to ride it. So with Tiana opening, I could see this attraction being pretty lengthy wait.
Oh, absolutely, for the opening. And despite all the vitriol and backlash, there was annual pass holders were welcomed to reserve a park pass reservation, which is still dog shit that they're still park reservations.
I can't believe they're still doing
Yeah. In the year of our Lord, 2024. Nonetheless, annual pass holders were welcome to attend and try to get virtual queue standings on June 13th, 14th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 20th. Meaning pass holders could reserve a park day at Magic Kingdom, and then at 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. attempt to get into the virtual queue for the pass holder preview of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. These were announced on May 14th or the 13th, and on the very same day, all 6 of those dates are no longer available for park reservations. Within an hour or so, those were completely booked up. Unfortunately, we did post it on the stories. Hey, get your park reservations if you want to get in. And despite you having a park reservation, you're still beholden to the fucking virtual queue.
Well, from what we've learned is people, they're going to bitch and complain, but they're still going to attend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's
completely booked out. You took away our culture. You're changing things that don't need to be changed. Well, the IP is the change, and the inability to make reservations don't exist.
Money talks, people. You don't like it, don't go.
Yep, sucks to suck. They also announced previews for Magic Kingdom cast members. Now, I don't know if it's specifically here. It says Walt Disney World cast members, and then down the line it says Magic Kingdom. I imagine this pertains to all cast members of first-party Walt Disney World who work directly for the park. They'll be able to preview the attraction beginning on June 2nd. More previews available between June 3rd through 7th, and then 23rd through 26th. Registration opens up on the 20th, which is the day the show will drop. There's also been announcements for DVC, Disney Vacation Club previews, as well as a preview event for D23 Gold members. D23 Gold members do have to pay a separate price to attend the preview, which is also limited. Which that's just a kick in the butt. You have the D23 membership, you may have a ticket, you still gotta pay to go. And along with Tiana's Bayou Adventure opening up, there's going to be brand new merchandise, of course, of all the different critters and animatronics featured in the ride. And then for a limited time, they will be serving at Golden Oak Outpost and the Friar's Nook beignets, of course. All right, final Disney news, and then we got the Universal Sprint and then the closing segments. One of your fair ones here, Dave, where there is a individual either charged or taken to jail for doing something stupid on park property.
Oh, yes. Let me hear
Yes. Headline: Grandma groped Goofy. Hyphen, character allegedly assaulted by elderly woman at Walt Disney World.
You said this was sad. That's not sad.
Oh, last week was the dogs. Again, a dog is being completely discriminated against and not doing being attacked by guests. Here we are 2 weeks in a row. Grandma groped Goofy. Shocking allegations a cast member raised at Epcot earlier this year. And with the Florida statutes, they release the information once the case is more or less closed. So we get information a little bit later than it happened. This situation happened on February 19th. And the sheriff's office confirmed...
Case has to be closed.
Yep. The sheriff's office confirmed Thursday, when the story dropped, that nobody has been arrested. Now, the report's been heavily redacted. I'll tell you what we got. Again, this occurred on February 19th. The 32-year-old cast member who worked as a costume character, Goofy, Mr. Geen, was taking a picture around 10:30 in the morning with a family of 4. 3 of the family members posed on his right, while the grandma stood on his left side and put her arm around him, the victim said. Quote, the grandma then placed her right hand on his butt and squeezed her hand 3 times. During the squeezing, the grandma said, woohoo! I don't know if she said woohoo 3 times or it was one woohoo during the duration of the squeeze, like woohoo! After the photo was taken, the victim stopped the meet and greet to alert his attendant that he's been groped. A park leader was also notified behind the scenes. The grandma stated with an attitude, "What? I guess he doesn't want us here." According to the report, then the family walked off. The grandma... The grandma, whose name was not identified in the report, was described as being in her 60s and wearing leggings with a black Minnie Mouse shirt that read, Nana Mouse.
Do you want my politically correct response or do you want my genuine response?
Let him have it. Fuck gropey grandma Nana Mouse.
No. I'm the complete opposite here.
Oh, oh no, this isn't good. What are you saying? Why are you siding with gropey grandma?
I'm not. So politically correctness, don't touch anybody that doesn't want to be touched. Don't grope anybody. I get it. If I'm not even gonna go there. I was gonna say if that was a female character, this would go on way different. Because shit.
No, you're fucked. You can't. No, it's not good.
What I'm
don't
saying,
touch people that don't want to be touched. That's correct. I think that's it.
That's the politically correct. But I mean, I think it's being blown a little bit out of proportion.
Mr. Geen was groped. He didn't want to be touched like that. Gropey grandma in the wrong.
I agree she's in the wrong, but yeah, you're right. She's in the wrong. Mm-hmm. She should not have touched the character. That's because right. And for a second my thought process was, wow, this is being blown out of proportion. It's just some old lady touching the character's butt. But if I think about it, I get so mad about these influencers that go and they fuck with the characters. There's no difference.
Right. He, with intention,
doesn't matter if you're
squeezed his Goofy's butt, and Goofy doesn't want his butt touched.
doesn't matter if you're a grandmother or not, you can't be touching people inappropriately. I brought my senile old grandmother to Disney a couple years ago before she passed away. She wasn't grabbing butts. It's not appropriate, especially if you're there with your family. It's not okay. Doesn't matter your sex. It doesn't matter if it's a male or female. You should not be touching anybody without their consent. So even though I started that by saying, do you want the politically correct answer or my answer? I wasn't thinking properly. There is only one answer. Don't touch people if they don't want to be touched.
Don't touch people. And that goes for
in the state of Florida, a battery is any unwanted touching, and she battered that character.
And Mr. Keaton wanted to charge for battery.
He was right to go to his senior employees and tell them about it, because that's uncalled for. You can't. Yeah. People think they're being funny when they do that. It's not funny.
No,
nobody's laughing.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Geen, poor Goofy. Dave's
got a clouded mind. Dave hadn't drank in like a month, and Dave had his first alcohol tonight.
Shooting buzzkill list buzzkills right now.
I'm pretty much drinking buzzkills, so.
That's right. Come hang out at the Park Talk Radio meetup this year, and we'll get you one, maybe. Or we'll tell you how to get it, rather. We won't buy you one. We'll tell you how to order it.
It depends on how many people.
Well, it could be one person. We'll buy one.
If it's less than 5 people, I'll buy you a buzzkill.
If it's 30, we'll buy 5 of them, and then you can all share it.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Final 10 minutes of the show here, Davey. Universal Studios Orlando Summer Tribute Store is scheduled. Well, I won't say scheduled. Is unofficially going to open next week. I was sent an email in from a friend that they're going to start doing team member previews of the Summer Tribute Store on Thursday, May 23rd. Typically in the past with these previews, sometimes they'll do team members and pass holders on the same day. That may be coming to fruition. They'll probably post that on Monday. If not, they'll do team members on Thursday, pass holders on a Friday, and then general public on Saturday. Short or long, expect that to open next week. They have new facade work outside of where the Tribute Store will be. And again, the theme is going to be the Tribute Store Plaza with mega video rentals. The Summer Tribute Store will be coinciding with the Universal Mega Movie Parade, which will debut on July 3rd and feature classic movies from Universal and others like Ghostbusters, Jaws, Back to the Future, and so on. And the summer's retro theming continues with the 25th anniversary of Islands of Adventure, which is pretty cool. I will probably be out there next weekend then. So we can already say for episode 17, Park Visit Universal. I'll be sure to send you some pictures, so I know you won't be able to make it out for the Summer Tribute Store.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad. Usually, I've been to the last few, and I'm not going to make this one, so I'm kind of sad.
Bummer. Now, our West Coast brethren over at Universal Studios Hollywood, they have announced a past member park takeover this summer rather. And I was getting to this, I was ahead of myself. A past member special drink and Coca-Cola offer. Mark your calendars for June 5th, 2024 for your exclusive after-hours past member park takeover presented by Coca-Cola featuring Sprite Chill, which is pretty neat. We don't get anything like this. I think they did this one time, maybe twice in Florida, where they had an after-hours event free of charge for pass holders. They have not done it in a while. They still do team member your park after dark takeovers, though nothing really for pass holders anymore. This will include an evening with special attractions with a short wait, character meet and greets, photo ops, a outdoor Sprite Chill lounge with a DJ, silent disco, and more. Free admission with your annual or season pass, and you do need an online reservation. First come, first serve. RSVP starting May 22nd after 11:15 a.m. I believe that's going to be on PST West Coast Pacific time. You can purchase as a past member at Universal Hollywood a special Summer Peach Sprite from June 1st through June 30th. You have to ask for it by name as a past member, And pass members could also get a buy one, get one half off on drinks for the month of June. Again, unfortunately, won't be making over to the West Coast this year, so I won't be seeing any of that. It's so cool that they get to have that stuff, and it's really neat. And I'm very big envious that the pass holders in Universal Hollywood get these Super Nintendo World Mario magnets as their pass holder magnet, since they have the land already. Just a sour, almost sour bitch. And previously reported that the Cinnabon and Quiet Flight stores are closed at Universal Studio Walk Orlando. Demolition has begun. Signage has been removed. And the Quiet Flight wave surfboard photo op is now gone. It's done kaput. Permits say they're going to connect all these buildings together to the big Universal store, and that will be that.
I've already seen people online saying, hey, if you see a surfboard for sale anywhere, let me know.
Oh, I meant to say, when I was at Seaworld, I swear to God, I thought I saw it already there over by the surfboard roller coaster, the standing one. Like, that looks really like the fucking thing from City Walk. And they just moved it over there for a photo op by the surfboard coaster, which, hey, makes perfect sense. And SeaWorld and Universal Orlando still have a bit of a relationship going on anyway. So we talked about Slaughter Cinema at the top of the show. Do you want to talk real quick on the new merchandise that was revealed?
Ooh, I think we're running out of time.
Just mention it real quick. And there was a couple teasers with the new long one that looks like the big scary arch.
So I mean the new merch looks pretty cool. It's going to be released on all coasts. It's got Japanese written on the side. It's neat. It's I like it better than the first Horror Nights merch they put out. I truly thought before they released that merch that when they were going to release something, it wasn't going to be merch. It was going to be a house, but marketing released a merch and they still put that little 33 in there. So
now, marketing, creative, merchandise, they all conflict with each other.
Correct. They're all different departments.
Right. Because based on the teasers where it's really spooky, grimy, dark, and terrifying, otherworldly, with this new teaser where they show the Universal arches, and then in the reflection it's this demon arch, and then you have this big vibrant late 80s and 90s punk pop t-shirt. I just don't get it. Doesn't make sense to me. And then continuing on the imagery, it shows 24.
It's definitely two different kind of concepts. I think they're trying to appeal to everybody. So,
I could blow up. You appeal to everybody, you appeal to nobody. All right, let's close it up and zip this one up for an episode 16. I have a wall of shame. I don't have an Easter egg though.
We're running out of time anyway, so we can plump through it. I've got an Easter egg and a wall of shame.
I'm gonna plump through you, indeed.
Please do.
Ooh, what you to bed, big boy?
I'm having a rough night, dog.
Oh, rough night. Just keep drinking your whiskey. It's all right.
My chair's leaning to the side. I swear to God, it's the chair, not me.
It's the chair.
I'm pretty drunk. I was gonna wait till after the show to apologize to you, but I'm gonna apologize.
Apologize to the listeners. Oh my God! You had 2 sips of liquor and you're drunky,
bro. I've drank half a bottle of whiskey, so I'm.
Goodbye. Stop buying whiskey. All right, my wall of shame. Since you had one earlier,
go ahead.
And then you just do back to back on yours, okay?
All right, that sounds good to me.
Coming hot from the Disney World Annual Pass Holders page from our good friend, or not good friend, we don't know who the fuck this is. This guy posted 2 hours before showtime. Why is Disney doing a pass holder preview for Tiana's Bayou Adventure? It's just a retheme and not a new ride.
What a fucking idiot.
It's considered a new ride. It's been closed for like a year. Of course it's new.
It's definitely a new ride. It's the whole interior's rethemed. The whole exterior's rethemed. There's no more Briar Patch. Why would you not have a preview? What a fucking idiot.
They shouldn't do pass holder previews. Well, now this guy's bitching that they shouldn't have one. There's people bitching that they should have one. There's people bitching that they couldn't get one, that they wanted one. There's no pleasing the Disney adults. Why are they doing a preview for the new ride? Oh, fuck me, guy. Couldn't tell you.
What an idiot.
Post nothing. Why do you care? Why do you care? Just post nothing.
Ugh.
Say nothing. The easiest thing is you can do is say nothing.
Just keep your opinion to yourself.
Yeah, close up that app. Go to the Smell-O-Fins.
So, my Easter egg.
Why was there no preview for Smell-O-Fins?
There should have been.
All right.
Easter egg. In the Stranger Things house in 2018, they had a little bit of a problem. In the scene where you're going through the forest where they're screaming, well.
Yes.
They accidentally had a squirrel that got inside the soundstage and jumped from tree to tree for about the run of the event. They could not get the squirrel out for many weeks. So
real squirrel?
I thought that was funny. A lot of times Horror Nights, when they do a haunted house, they're known to bring real trees in. And I'm not sure if that was the case, but one of the doors was left open and a squirrel got in there and made a nest in the Stranger Things house, and they could not get the squirrel out of the Stranger Things house for weeks.
Oh my
God. I thought that was a good Easter egg to go off of since we're touching Horror Nights a little bit. And my wall of shame, if you want to leave one, that's 407-490-2220. 407-490-2220. Please call and leave a voicemail. I'm sorry, I had another little bit of an Easter egg. If you take all of Disneyland and put it in the World Showcase Lagoon, it will fit perfectly.
Oh,
just kidding.
I just got a text message about that very thing.
From who, Nate?
No, from Brian, our other good friend.
Oh, he called my bullshit again?
No. Here we go. He posted from me. Now, source to be verified, of course. Brian texted me this. Disneyland could fit inside Disney World's 43 square miles about 51 times, right? And some say that Disneyland could fit in Epcot's World Showcase and Boardwalk area.
What? So I'm kind of so we need to double check this information.
Correct?
We need to double check this information.
Tell Steven to send this shit back.
We need to double check this information because I think Nate's a jackass and got it wrong.
Well, you're wrong, Dave. You said
take back your park maps. Take back your park maps.
No, you said the lagoon. What Brian sent was it could fit in World Showcase, Lagoon, and the land area plus Boardwalk area because the Boardwalk is the resorts behind Epcot.
Yeah, no, I'm right.
That's not what it was the discerning fact. All right. Well, thank you, Dave. Appreciate your wall of shame and your Easter egg.
So I'll do my wall of shame real quick.
Oh, you didn't do it yet?
No, I didn't do it yet. The wall of shame, and this is real quick. I'm not touching Universal or Disney. Somebody was bitching on the Cedar Point page that the Top Thrill spike did not have a safety block on the top of it. First of all, there's engineers that are way smarter than any of us. They're not going to let that coaster go fast enough to go off the top of that spike. Second of all, it's very likely that that coaster track expands toward the top, so it couldn't go off the spike even if it wanted to. But somebody was bitching because they didn't have a blocker at the top of the spike.
God.
So
you read the worst things I've ever heard in my life, and it makes me so irate.
It's just these people.
I don't know how you find these morons.
They're all idiots. But that's all I got.
Well, it's been another great show. Thank you very much, Dave. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate everything you do for your contributions, your engagements, and your submissions at Park Talk Radio on all socials. Be sure to check out all the new details that producer Brennan and I will have from the preview of DreamWorks Land. And be sure to send in any more texts or emails at parktalkradio@gmail.com, 407-490-2220. Send me your words, I'll send you stuff. Thank you, Dave. Have everyone a great night, and we'll see you in the park.